blackboard method and the explaining method, the reading method should be carried forward as a conventional method. We need to make a child understand that the teacher is your second parent. The holistic development of a kid is, the first is parent, the second is the teacher, and the third is school.
Hello and a very warm welcome to Great Principles. I'm your host Seema Chhoriya and I welcome you all to yet another insightful session. Joining me today is my very devoted educator of the day, Ms. Pooja Mishra, and she's principal of Acharya Bhikshu Public School located in Jaipur, one of the oldest school of Jaipur, around 108 years old. And today Pooja ma'am is here with us discussing how parental involvement is very, very necessary. Children learn best when significant adults in their lives, parents, teachers, and other family and community members work together to encourage and support them. Well, there is a strong need of partnership between schools and families to educate children and ensure that children progress from every front. So please join me in welcoming Ms. Pooja Mishra. Welcome to Great Principles, ma'am. I'm really honored to have you with me today.
Thank you, Seema ma'am. Thank you so much. Myself, Pooja Mishra. Currently, I'm heading a school named Acharya Bhikshu Public School, which is located in the Wall City area of Jaipur, and it is one of the oldest school of Jaipur. That's it, ma'am.
All right. So, ma'am, you have chosen a very important topic of parental involvement in education, and I must say that this is an utmost need today because, given the size of the families, we need to ensure that as parents, there are nuclear families, just three, four members in the house, and we need to ensure that parents are equally involved in child's education. So, before we dive into the topic, I would like to understand a brief about your journey. What made you choose education as your career choice? Was there any moment of challenges? And yes, I'm sure there must be many, many aha moments, but which one is closer to you? We would like to know that too.
Actually, I'm an educator now, but in my initial years, when I was a college student, I never want to be a teacher. Never ever. Uh, I had a keen interest in science, especially in biology. So since my childhood, I had a flair that I would become a doctor. So I get into the preparation of MBBS, not MBBS, the medical entrance, but didn't got selected that time. So then I decided to go into a private sector. जो होता है youngsters के mind में कि no, I want to get into job as soon as possible, because at that time my father got financial means loss in his business, so I wanted to help him. So वो कहते हैं ना, अ, अगर आपके अंदर टैलेंट है तो कहीं ना कहीं वो निकल के आता है. तो at that time I started teaching when I was in first year of my graduation. So with that was the actual starting of my this career. Unofficially, I was teaching kids, and I had seen great change in them. They developed, getting interest in studies because I used to motivate them a lot. But not, I was doing this not to not get into the this this education field, but just to help my father. That's it. So as I have decided to go into the private sector, I got selected in animation area, and finally I got a job in DQ Entertainment Hyderabad as a 3D animator. So I was very happy that okay, though I was a, creative person, I love dancing, I love painting, everything. So I was quite happy that okay, now finally I got my destiny. But it was not there in my destiny. Something else was written in that. So after working as a 3D animator, there I was, worked as a 3D animator in good projects like Ant-Man series and Prodigies, a 3D animated movie. But after a year, I got marriage proposal. So my mother called me and she told me that you have to come back. Your जैसा होता है हमारी families में मैम. So I had to come back from there. And then, because since my childhood, I've never seen nobody in my family was from this profession, means in from teaching. So I've not seen any teacher in my family. My father was a businessman, and my mother, still she's a housewife. So I've never seen any teacher in my family. So I've never thought of becoming a teacher. So when I got married, so fortunately, my mother-in-law, she was a means now she's a retired vice principal of a renowned private school of Jaipur, Mrs. Asha Mishra. So actually, she was the true inspiration. After my marriage, I tried to work in an animation field, but there was no scope in Rajasthan actually for this kind of things. So when I saw her, used to see her after my marriage, I really got many motivation and inspiration through her. The way she used to work, she used to handle. She was a vice principal that time, and when I asked her about her journey, she told me like the way she took herself. So that inspired me a lot, and that recalls me my days when I was teaching during my college days, and even I had a key role in establishment of my uncle's school at Bhilwara, Rajasthan. I was there for 1 year before my joining of at DQ Entertainment. So I recall that day that students, with my students, when I was teaching that time, they got so much improvement in them. Even parents want them कि मैम आप ही पढ़ाएंगे. We want you to teach my kids and this and that. और एक अटैचमेंट सा क्रिएट हो जाता था. तो मुझे रिकॉल हुआ देन Mama, she advised me to do B.Ed, which I never want to do. Then I did my B.Ed and completed my higher studies. So after that, I did my master's in chemistry because I was a science student. So after that, I started doing job as a TGT chemistry and in MPS Pratapnagar. That was my first year of teaching as a educator. And after that, as a PGT chemistry in St. Wilfred School. After that, within a year, after PGT, I had to drop because of my second kid. But just after, before lockdown, I had joined as a coordinator. And from the coordinator, very quickly, I got selected for the post of principal because this school, Acharya Bhikshu Public School, was in trouble that time after lockdown. So I have joined in the proper lockdown period. So I have had started with online classes and motivate each and every student, even teachers, because the teachers there are, very means aged and old teachers are there. They are associated with very long time. So the conventional method of teaching was there. No online classes were there. So I had started with that. So the students, the parents, they got attracted, and I I was able to regain the strength there, and now we are working in a proper way.
Wow, great.
So this
So,
is how I
ma'am,
started.
yeah, your journey looks like to me the story of every, uh, you know, Indian family girl because
Traditional
this
family,
is
yeah.
yeah, traditional convention families which where it is believed that शादी होना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है सबसे पहले before you set up, even when you are setting up your career, because otherwise we give importance to career first and then planning for a married life and taking children responsibility. But in our culture, in our country, it's vice versa. First you shoulder the responsibility, then you build a career, especially for girls.
Especially
But
for girls. But
I
ma'am,
understand
believe
whatever
me,
it is.
yeah, believe me, it was a blessing in disguise for me because if I would not listen to my parents that time and not got married to this family, I would have not got this inspiration which I've got from my
Opportunity,
mother-in-law,
yeah.
a full support, and because of them, their motivation and support, I am here today. So जो
Yeah, and
होता है
this
अच्छे
is
के लिए होता
what
है, I believe in
अच्छे के
that.
लिए होता है.
Exactly.
Yeah, and this is what is the change that we are seeing this, and this was very much needed. And today we are seeing many families looking forward, supporting their daughter-in-laws to work, to study after marriage, to even to even if they have to travel somewhere, they are very open to these ideas, and this is what is needed. When women support women, then we
Exactly.
see a very powerful change, and that is what is needed. Gone are the days ki mujhe nahi mila to ise kyun milega.
इससे
Now
क्यों
that is
मिले?
not
No.
there. Yeah, now you have
Being in
to
the
stand
same
for yourself.
profession, I am getting the full support from my in-laws, even from my father-in-law, mother-in-law, my husband, everyone. They are supporting in a very good way. When at a times I took guidance, I keep discussing things with her because she is the actual inspiration in my life.
Yeah, yeah. So, this is the kind of support that we look for. And now that we are already in the month of March, and, we'll be heading in the month of March now very soon with Women's Day coming up. So, all these things come up that we need to respect all the women's, and, we need to come out of these relationship, what do you call it, the circle, wherein, you try to tide yourself. No, I'm at this position and she's in that position. You need to treat yourself first as a woman and respect that. So this is what
Exactly.
I learned from your journey, and even you had a spark in you, and that is why you were able to fulfill all the duties at the right time. Even with having your second child, you continued with your professional journey, because that is also needed. You need to have that within you also. You can't just be complaining कि नहीं नहीं मुझे तो opportunity मिलती नहीं है. आपको भी कुछ efforts लेने पड़ते हैं. So Pooja ma'am,
Exactly,
your
ma'am.
journey is an
Exactly.
inspiration for all the girls, those who somewhere they change their career lines due to their weddings and having family plannings and all. So Pooja ma'am, here I would have one question in my mind. As you mentioned that the school which you're heading is a very old school, and during COVID you took over this school. So here ma'am, I have a question for you. What are the traditional conventional practices of the school which you think are valid in current times, especially in imparting value education?
Actually, the conventional method, the some methods which is still required, some of the method which we want to change. Simple. Means suppose a teacher is there in the class. Nowadays, in generally what is happening, the teacher they are teaching with a smart class. Whatever the child is watching on the smart class, that's okay. But I what I feel is uh, the role of teacher is very important. The conventional method, which means when we were child, I used to look up at my teacher, the way she was teaching, the way she was explaining the things, the way she carry herself. So the teacher, I according to me, the teacher's role is much important. So that conventional method, the blackboard method, and the explaining method, the reading method should be, it should be carry forward as a conventional method. we
Yeah,
all
at
we
some
should not only bang upon on the this
video
this
aids,
yeah,
teaching
smart
aids
class
and
and everything.
teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, audio video rooms, AV rooms, and all. Yeah, absolutely, ma'am. And many times the screen and showing visual images is not only the solution, because there is a power of storytelling. When a teacher explains a concept, when she's and sharing life examples and talking to children without any kind of movement of screens, so there is something that a child grasps better at times, because that is a power of listening which the child is developing. He's focusing. So I think that is a point here, that yes, visual or our technology has its own benefits, but when it comes to conventional method, blackboard and chalk method, and standing in front of the children, connecting as a human to them and understanding their needs, is something very much essential. So ma'am, now moving ahead to my topic of the day, that is parental
See, one
involvement.
thing I would
So
like
here
to add,
ma'am,
one thing
sure,
I would
sure.
like to add, the thing which I have observed in the kids is they are simply, moving ahead with the same method. They don't know how to read, they don't know how to write properly, they don't know how to speak, but still they
Yeah.
are promoting every year. So the basic thing which I want to change is I asked each and every student first to learn how to read. That's why I emphasiously, started with the phonics in the pre-primary classes so that they can first learn the phonics, then joining the words, then reading, so that they will be able to become more confident in the higher classes. That what I've observed not
Absolutely,
only in this school, in many schools children are, they are not able to read properly, but still they are doing, they are learning, they are just rote learning method is, I want to change that method
Right.
simply.
Yes, ma'am. Because I think foundational eras are very, very important. And literacy skills and numeracy skill is something which gives you more power as you grow ahead. It gives you more vocab. It helps you to communicate. It helps you to express your ideas. And that is why I think even government has started that even the 3-year-old education should be in the form of the structured format as laid down in NEP in 2020 now. So the steps has been
Exactly.
taken on the importance of the literacy skills at foundational level. So, ma'am, now we are moving to the topic of the day, and that is the parental involvement and the importance of this homeschool relationship as a team. So, what are your views here?
See, according to me, as my today's topic, the role of school in hand holding with parents, because what I feel, the role of parents are very important in the overall development, the holistic development of a child. If the parent think that the only school is responsible for each and everything, it will not work. Parents have to understand their responsibility, have to understand their role in their child's development is must. You know, generally what happens, क्या होता है, parents are more focused on the physical activities of the kids. Suppose बच्चा स्कूल से आया, तो mother is more, वरिड अबाउट आपने टिफिन निकाला या नहीं निकाला, आपने अपनी ड्रेसेस जगह पे रखी या नहीं रखी, आपने ये किया या नहीं, या नाउ जस्ट चेंज योर क्लोथ्स एंड कम फॉर द लंच एंड एवरीथिंग. शी इज लेस वरिड अबाउट व्हाट यू हैव डन इन द स्कूल. दे नेवर एवर थिंक ऑफ दैट कि आपने स्कूल में क्या किया है. उसके माइंडसेट में पूरे दिन भर में कुछ उसके माइंड में आया ऐसा जो वो अपनी मदर से शेयर करना चाहता है या चाहती है, तो वो वाली जो चीजें हैं, it's missing. So parents are so much busy these days. They don't have time for their kids. So I will advise each and every parent to give some quality time to their children. Spend some quality time. It will help in developing their confidence in the future. They'll become good listener. They'll become good speaker. They means they will develop good qualities, because again I'll say, a child is a good observer. Whatever he observes, he or she observes, he do it in the same way. If we are not paying any interest, and we are not worried about what child is doing, he's simply doing things according to him, so it will not work. The child will learn the same thing. He'll become careless. He'll never listen to the elders. Even these days we are observing these things in the school itself, because every time a parent is complaining, so again the child imbibe that habit. Okay, गलती तो टीचर की ही होगी, टीचर ने ऐसे कैसे बोल दिया, how come? So we need, as a parent, because if I'm a teacher, again I'm a parent too, so we need to make a child understand that the teacher is your second parent. We are the first mentor. As a parent, we are the first mentor, and second mentor is teacher. So if they both are work in a good hand holding way, then only the child will develop in a means good person. They will inculcate good habits, good whatever values we are trying to inculcate in him, we'll able to do that. But if we are complaining, the child will do the same. They will never respect teachers. They will even understand that we are the person who are giving them knowledge and help in getting into a better human. So that is the issue. So I'll advise all the parents to keep in touch with your kids with the school itself, because uh, according to me, three things are responsible for the holistic development of a kid. Is the first is parent, the second is the teacher, and the third is school, because all three will work together for the overall development of a child. That is what it is.
Very rightly said, ma'am. And I think when we were kids, our parents always said, बेटा तुम्ही ने कुछ गलत किया होगा. पॉसिबल ही नहीं है कि
Exactly.
मैडम ने कुछ बोला या सर
Exactly,
ने कुछ
ma'am.
बोला हो. This is how we grew up. We're like, no, my parents also say that nahi, teacher is right and whatever she's saying is for my good. So that was imbibed in us. We actually worshipped our teachers as if, अगर
Worship.
teacher ने 2 plus 2
We
5 भी
never,
बता दिया है तो
yeah,
नहीं सही होगा.
exactly. Exactly. We never ever
Yeah.
thought of complaining that कि पापा आज तो मैम ने मुझे मारा था. अरे ये तो होता है, मैम हैज ऑल द राइट टू हिट मी बिकॉज आई हैव डन दिस थिंग, कभी गलती नहीं भी की होती थी, देन ऑल्सो वी नेवर,
And today,
we
I
were never
swear, if
so
teacher,
complaining.
and today, even teacher, if frowns also, she's gone. I mean, the
Yeah,
parent
she's
will
gone.
jump on her and said, "How dare you?" and "How
How
could you
dare,
do this?" and this and that.
how could
Yeah,
you do? So
yeah,
that, again, this is a conventional method, the old
yeah,
method which teachers previously used. So I think it must for a child, for
yeah. So
from parent sides also, from teachers sides also. Not, I'm not
yeah,
saying that you we should beat a child like anything, but at least your strictness will work.
yeah, absolutely. We need to understand that yes, friendship with child is important as a parent, but there is a thin line of difference between being a friend and being a parent. So you are a parent, so be a parent. Now, why do you want to become more over friendly with the child and see that the child
Very
stop
possessive.
listening to you also? Because every day
Parents
in
are,
every, yeah, in
yeah,
every
parents are so
relationship,
much possessive these days. Parents are
too
so
much
much
possessive.
possessive these days. They don't want her child to even, nobody can touch their child. So it's not right.
Yeah,
Again, it's becoming a, negative thing for our society. Ultimately, he or she
as
has to
parents, we
survive.
Yeah,
Yes,
as
ma'am.
parents, we need to keep faith, As parents, we need to keep faith in our teachers, in the school management, that whatever they're doing is doing good. Yeah, see, even I am a non-believer of hitting the child, and gone are the days, that you have to have a stick in your hand. Now it's like spare the rod now. So we need not have the rod in our hand, but yes,
Exactly.
some level of strictness is definitely required, whether it at
Definitely
home,
required.
because handling so many kids and ensuring that they all study, it's not easy. How do you
It's
ensure
not
the
easy.
discipline? How
It's
do you
not
ensure the
easy
discipline? So,
because
so
these days what happened, even it means after this COVID, after these online classes, the students, they have become more friendly. The decorum of the school have gone.
right,
They are not maintaining the discipline have gone, all the decorum have gone. So we need to line up the things again. So it's very important for a teacher, again, it's after school, for a teacher it's very important to use different methods, different steps to make them in a disciplined way, to make them understand, make them learn again the
right,
previous things which we have imbibed in them. Now they have forgotten everything. So that is the thing. And
yeah,
teacher,
and
as a teacher, when I used to teach, I first understand the child psychology. According to that, I used to teach the child, because no
right.
child is same.
Absolutely. So every child is different, and learning can be fun. You can play with the student, but yes, we need to ensure that the learning must go on, and that too in a disciplined manner. So here, my dear parents, you see that how ma'am mentioned that how you need to be involved rather than being just thinking about what he has eaten and what not eaten, and who hit the child and what wrong happened with my child. Focus on, beta, what did you learn today? What was a new thing that you learned? So can you try applying that concept today that you learned in the school? So try and ask the child, has your day at school today? What new things are coming up on your way? Is there anything which we need to know? And now with the advancement of technology, parents are already aware. School sends all the notification to the parents about all the happenings which are going inside the school, but yet the scenario is parents are not involved. So in order to the best thing is that the school's teacher and parent all have one common goal, and that is to see their child at the zenith of success. So let's all team up together and respect each other's role. And I think rather than interfering in the role, let's participate, let's get involved and do the right things. So Pooja ma'am, there are many schools which have these parent clubs where parents, a few of the parent representative become the parent representative. They share the voices of the parents with the school management, that what parents are going through, and then in turn they also take the messages from the school and share it with the parents in terms of any misunderstanding. They share their ideas also. So these kinds of activities at school levels can help. And if you can volunteer in
Definitely.
any of the activities, then please do so. So Pooja ma'am, I would like to really thank you for your time with us. It was lovely interacting with you and understanding your career journey and how parental involvement is necessary, and how in this modern days also some of the conventional methods are required and which will go on forever. So this was Pooja ma'am, my dear viewers, with us, sharing her thoughts, her ideologies in the journey. We hope that her words resonate far and wide in the world of education. Thank you so much, Pooja ma'am, for your valuable time. We are really privileged to have you with us today.
Thank you, Seema ma'am. Thank you so much for giving me this platform. Thank you so much.